I'm with Clay Dean, GM's Advanced Design Director at Pebble Beach, where the Cadillac Elmiraj concept car was recently unveiled. So welcome, Clay. This is a beautiful piece of work.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I know you don't have it planned for production immediately, but it should be a wellspring of ideas and shapes and things. What's your favorite part of the car?
Well, I think, appreciate the comments. I think my favorite part of the whole car really is the overall silhouette of the car and just the configuration. It's a large two-door, four-passenger coupe, which I think it's distinctive, it's unique. There's not a lot in the marketplace, and it's the one thing that I love the most.
The lack of a B-pillar and the rear proportions, the roof flowing over and the swelling of the outside of the body and the rear wheels, it's gorgeous back there. The whole proportion is excellent. It's a classic shape. Why did you pick that as a potential flagship for Cadillac?
Well, I think when we look around what we see in the marketplace today, you don't see a lot of cars like this. When we really look at what did Cadillac really do best, what are they known for? It's these beautiful, large luxury automobiles. And we kind of refer to it as large American luxury.
Yes.
And I think seating 4 people in exquisite comfort in a very dynamic looking car that happens to be a two-door, we felt it was the ultimate selfish expression of luxury. I want this for me. I'll provide you room in the back seat, but you're gonna have to get in through these 2 doors, and that's all. And I think it was just a unique size, a unique proportion, unique package that we really didn't see a lot of folks in the marketplace playing around here, quite honestly.
And you've thought of the driver with this car in that it's got 500 horsepower, it's got a V8, and it's got rear drive.
You bet, and you have to assume we're doing a luxury car, we want something great, but the focus is about the drive, about you being in control and having the right amount of power, the right amount of feedback, the right amount of just dynamics that made you feel that this car has performance and capability in a sense of dynamics, and having the right powertrain with the right basic dimensions of power, it's pretty key to the whole thing.
Definitely. You've cleaned up the badge in that the wreaths are gone. And the crest is making a statement by itself, which to me is a great statement. That's very recognizable, distinctly Cadillac. It looks cleaner to me without the wreath, so I'm in favor of that. Is that something you'd consider for production?
Oh, I think so. I think over time we've chosen to evolve it, to kind of modernize it, to contemporize it, and we felt that it was as an advanced study, it was time to look at it because the proportion of the badge really fits the shape of the grille. We have a shield-shaped grille. It just modernizes and cleans it up. You talked about simplification. The whole car is about simplification. How many things can I remove to make a more elegant statement? And the badge is the first place that you can do it in the front of the car.
Yeah, it's a very minimalist statement in a lot of respects. Accents that stand out and define Cadillac without a lot of extras with cut lines or creases or whatever. Just beautiful sculpture, beautiful proportions, vertical elements in the lamps, front and rear, and no excess of chrome either. I'm very fond of that. It's used tastefully, I'd say.
Yeah, and I think we look at chrome or bright things as a subtle accessory. We want the shape and form of the car to really do the talking. And then it allows us to have little bits of jewelry here and there. You look at inside the lamps, there's some intrigue, some technology in there. Even around the grille itself, the chrome is subtle. We have black chrome and chrome, almost a titanium, but then it allows you to look at this very complex looking grille with different types of textures. And because everything is minimal and all the jewelry, it allows you to really pay attention to this, and it looks in one configuration one way, a very different configuration when you look at the next. And so it's intriguing, it's a little complex, but at the same time it's fresh and it's new and it's dynamic, and it really is a modern day take on this woven wire mesh, which is something that we think is very genuine.
So I know art and science is still represented by this, and it's like the next phase of art and science. Point to some elements that sort of reinforce that thought of art or science or both.
Well, I think 2 things. Science, which really we equate to technology. We look in the lamp, and we have a light beam that's here. We have LED, triangular blocks. This really kind of is a look into the eye of the car, and it really talks about some technology that you can see right on the top of right on the top surface. So the technology is there. Technology is in the interior in a few places, in the instrument cluster and the pop-up nav screen. The art is when you look down the side of the car, a couple of things. You look at this line that just kind of pulls as a beautiful gesture. It's almost nautical, almost like the hull of a ship as it pulls around. You see the plan view of the car. And then when you stand here and you look at all the folding lines, the pulling shapes through here, the shapes through here, that's the art. And I think for us, we wanted to take cues that are important for Cadillac, some hard creases and some hard edges here and there that are more like a crease and tailoring, but then interplay beautiful full surfaces where you start to see surface more than you see planes. And so the art, you look at the section line through the door, all through here, a lot of shape all the way through the side of the car. That's the art. The beautiful shape of the roof line of the car pulling all the way through, that's the art. And then when you get inside the car and you look at all the flowing surfaces from the console to the instrument panel with all the wood, that's the art.
It's very subtle though, because this line fades and disappears about the same time and that one picks up, and they don't fight each other. They complement each other.
They don't, and so it's a very different line compared to what we've seen on Cadillacs, which have been a driving line. This is a more elegant, more flowing line. Really ties into some lines we've seen in the past and the heritage of the brand, but it still has a sense of dynamics. And what we like about it is that it pulls and it gets a little sharper where it wraps around the tire and really creates this gesture, reinforces the dash to axle, that proportion that you talked about earlier. Very, very important. And then in the rear, it comes on strong to really talk about the rear wheel, where the rear wheel is at, and then it gets a lot more intense as it kicks into the rear light, which is really pays homage to the tail fin, which is such a component of our brand.
Just a little overview about the interior, some of the thoughts in the design.
Well, for us, the real focus was it's a big coupe, so we wanted to really talk about spaciousness and really openness. So this flowing, beautiful console that runs through the car, it's a 4-seater, it's a 4-place car, not 5. We wanted to really reinforce the cross-car feel, so it's very beautiful, very flowing, but create this command feel of the console right here, almost like an aircraft. Beautiful, like as I mentioned, seats, a lot of room. Eames chair, you know, mid-century modern is a big influence for us in Cadillac as a brand, and the Eames chair influence on the back of the car with the rosewood inlays that you see all through it. That's kind of an important story for us as well.
It's a gorgeous execution. I love the mix of metals and wood and leather and stitching. Very beautifully done. Looks comfortable, a lot of wrap to the seat backs. Should be a great Cadillac. I hope you do produce it.
We're doing everything we can. I think coming to shows like this at Pebble Beach allows us to talk to a true luxury customer, and for people who are true car enthusiasts, helps us to find out, are we on the right track as we're designing our cars. So it's a wonderful experience to debut concepts here.
Have you noticed some positive feedback this weekend?
I think we've seen a lot of positive feedback, both here at the show, online. I think your fellow media are doing a good job of talking about the car, and response has been very good.
Clint Eastwood loved it and said he was ready to place an order.
That was pretty good to have the High Plains Drifter stepping up there right off. It was you need that type of little validation. I think it was exciting for us to see that as well.
He has good taste. I hope you can build one for him and possibly me. Thank you, Clay.
Thank you, Don.